There's a crazy theory about the Netflix show Squid Game.
Squid Game is so good. It's literally like #1 in the world right now.
Yeah, but this is a spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. So I read this article and there's a theory that you could tell that the old man was bad from the beginning.
Honestly, looking back on it, I had no idea he was bad.
Right? But if you look closely when they're playing red light, green light, everyone is getting scanned by the robot except for the old man. And he's the only one that's not nervous to play. And early in the show, we see someone take off their VIP mask. And if you look at their hand, it's the old man's hand.
I never realized that you actually see him take off the mask.
Right? And you know how all the players are always trying to figure out which game is next?
Yeah.
Did you know that if they just looked around and moved all the beds, all the games are drawn on the wall in the order that they're played?
Wait, are you serious?
Ever since they entered the room, the games have been on the wall.
The writing of the show is so good, I never even realized all these Easter eggs. So there's another crazy theory about the show Squid Games.
Dude, I love Squid Games.
Okay, don't you think it's kind of weird how we never see how like the red-suited workers get hired or picked?
Yeah, it's weird how they never explain where they come from.
Okay, so remember when the guy in the subway tells Gion, do you want to play a game? And Gion has to pick a color to play Dachi. Now he gives Gion a choice where there's the red card or the blue card, and Gion picks blue.
Right.
So there's a theory going around that the color you pick determines the role you play in Squid Games.
Wait, what do you mean?
So since Gion picked the blue card, he woke up as a player, right? Wearing like that greenish blue jumpsuit. But if he were to pick red, then he would have woke up as a worker in the red and like this helmet. Because just like the players, right? The workers are also number 2.
Oh, so all the contestants must always pick blue.
And the workers are the red cards. So there's a crazy theory about Gion and the old man from the show Squid Games.
All right, let's hear it.
So remember how close the old man was to Gion?
Yeah.
So there's a theory that the old man is actually the dad of Gion.
Wait, what?
So in episode 3, Gion asks for chocolate milk when the workers are handing out regular milk because he's allergic to dairy. And then the old man says, I'm willing to bet as a kid you got spanked a lot. And then Gion says, how'd you know that? Then the old man says, my son did too. He was just like you, friend.
Wait, what the? He's basically saying that he's exactly like his son.
And then when they're playing the marbles game, the old man says, you know, when I was a kid, I lived in a neighborhood just like this. And then Gion says, so did I. And then when the old man starts to lose his memory, he asks Gion, what day is it? And he says, is today the 24th? Because his son's birthday's in a couple days. And guess what day Gion's birthday is?
What?
At the beginning of the show, when Gion's trying to get money out of the ATM, he types in his birthday as a pin. And his birthday is April 26th. Just a couple days after the 24th, just like the old man's son.
Stop it. I may have figured out how the workers in Squid Game are hired.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I know you said the dachi cards determine who the workers are, but they turned out to be someone else. So remember when the detective is going through the front man's room and he sees all the files of all the players and winners of Squid Game throughout the years?
Yeah.
And we know all the contestants are in debt because of gambling and other stuff like that. But there's a theory that all the workers are actually past winners of Squid Game that gambled all their money away and went back into debt. So they were then offered to be a worker because it would be unfair for them to go back and play a game they've already won. And we know the games are all about equality and fair chance.
That makes a lot of sense.
And the reason why they're not hesitant to kill anyone is because they're past winners. So they've already seen so many people die and be killed when they played. And we also get to see what some workers look like. Like some are old and some are young, just like the contestants of the game.
It's crazy to me how good of a show Squid Game is. So there's another theory for Squid Game Season 2.
Season 2?
So the CEO of Netflix said that Squid Game's on track to be the biggest show of all time for Netflix. So most likely it's going to get a Season 2.
I seriously think it's one of Netflix's best shows.
So last week I saw this crazy theory from Ruth Bell. And remember when the VIPs are watching them play the bridge game?
Yeah.
And one of the VIPs talk about the contestants. And he says, they have been amazing this edition. And then he says the contest in Korea is the best. So this is where the theory comes in. That means Squid Game is not just in Korea, but it's in multiple different countries. Since the VIP says the contest in Korea is the best, implies that there's different countries that also have Squid Games too. And Ruth Bell was saying like maybe in America it's the Hunger Games, and then maybe in Japan it's Alice in Borderland, because they all kind of have a similar concept.
Wait, what? I didn't even know the VIP said that.
So literally next season could take place in multiple different countries where Gion's gonna have to try to take down the different Squid Game creators.
We might be getting more than just 2 seasons. So there's more crazy things that everyone missed about the old man from Squid Game.
There's no way there's more stuff.
Okay, so remember when the old man gets his blanket taken away and it looks like he peed his pants?
Yeah.
So I saw a video by Ruth Bell, and if you look closely to where the old man is laying down, there's an empty water bottle by his head. And the theory is that the old man poured the water bottle on himself to test if Gion would help him, just like he tested him in the marble game.
I didn't even notice there was a water bottle there.
And remember when the detective is going through all the files, he sees the list of all the players from 2020, but when he turns to the first page, it starts with the number 002. 2. And the page for the old man's number 001 was the only one missing out of all the players. And remember early in the season when all the fighting broke out in the main room?
It literally reminded me of the Hunger Games. It was crazy.
Right, and when the old man started screaming like, please stop, the front man saw that he was actually scared, so then he stopped all the fighting.
I still can't believe how many hidden details there are in this show. It's crazy. So there's a crazy theory that you could actually see how the old man cheats in Squid Game.
Well, I know when they were playing red light, green light, the old man was the only one that didn't get scanned by the robot.
Yeah, but there's something even crazier how the old man cheated. So Maxi Doxy did a video where he found this crazy detail during the tug of war game. Remember how the old man helps Gion and everybody win the tug of war game?
Yeah.
But did you see how all the players are like handcuffed and chained to the rope with locks?
Yeah, everyone had locks on like each of their wrists.
Right, but there's a crazy theory that the old man actually had special locks and he wasn't actually locked to the rope.
Wait, how?
So when Gion and the whole team wins tug of war, right, they're all laying on the ground. But if you look at their wrists, they're all handcuffed to the ropes though with locks on. But when you see the old man laying on the ground, he doesn't have locks on his wrist anymore. So the old man probably used fake locks just in case his team was about to lose. He would have just left and let go of the rope and moved out of the way.
Dang, he probably had fake locks then.
This pussy should come with an asthma pump. He in and out breathing. I got him coughing and wheezing. Yeah, hey. This pussy should come with an asthma.
So the creator of Squid Game just announced his plans for season 2.
Really?
Yeah, so I know everyone wants a season 2 for Squid Game, but a potential plot was just released by the writer.
I think everybody needs a season 2 of Squid Game.
Yeah, so the writer said that for season 2, he really wants to explore the story of the frontman and how he went from winning the games to now working for the games. He also might show the relationship between the frontman and his brother and what made him play the games in the first place. He also might get into the story of the old man as well.
That's such a good story because it's such a mystery of the show how the frontman went from a winner to now working for the game.
Exactly, and since we know season 2 might be a prequel, the theory is that in season 3, we'll finally see Gihan and the detective try to take down the games and his brother. Because Ruth Bell said that the detective is probably still alive because he only got shot in the shoulder, the same exact spot he shot the frontman.
We better get a season 2 in 2022, that's all I'm saying.
So there's a crazy theory about the Japanese Squid Game, Alice in Borderland.
Squid Game was good, but I feel Alice in Borderland is really underrated.
Yeah, but Think Story has a crazy theory on how the players are put into the games. So throughout the season, we see the lives of the contestants before they enter the games.
Right.
But in episode 2, Shibuki talks about the company she used to work for and how there's a European company that wants to conduct a virtual reality experiment where they completely replicate the world they live in. So the theory is that all these games that they've been playing is all within a virtual reality or simulation experiment. Because remember in episode 1 when Shota notices the fireworks in the sky before the game starts?
Yeah.
It seemed as if those fireworks had no purpose at all, but those are the same exact fireworks that went off when they finished all the numbered games, showing that the fireworks at the beginning are part of the simulation, and they've been in the virtual reality world this whole time, but they haven't been able to tell the difference between the virtual world and the real world.
Dude, season 2 is going to be so good.